My name is Jimmy Arcan. I was in the United States Army Reserve from 1983 to 1989. I reached the rank of Staff Sergeant E6.
My name is Mark Currier, and I was in the Army. I had 28 years, and I was a Sergeant Major.
I'm William Eccles. I was in the U.S. Army, and my rank was a Specialist 4th Class.
Thomas Wellman. I was in the United States Air Force, and I became the rank of Staff Sergeant.
Dennis Victoriano, United States Marine Corps. I was a corporal in E4.
I am Tim Bowman. I'm the Senior Vice President and General Manager. I was in a total of 7 years, 2 years active duty and 5 years in the National Guard.
My name is Jeffrey Esteban. I was a Staff Sergeant in the United States Marine Corps.
My name is John Landers. I was in the U.S. Marine Corps for 4 years. I got out as a captain.
Joseph Wolcott, United States Army Sergeant.
My name is Keith Kaczynski. I said that. I was in the Army. My rank, I left, I was E5, which is a sergeant.
Christy Phillips, United States Army, private.
I was not planning on going in the service, and what happened was 2 weeks before I ended up going in, one of my best friends went in. I decided to go see his recruiter. Next thing I know, I'm in Lackland Air Force Base 2 weeks later, and was the best thing I ever did in my life.
The military as a whole makes you a well-rounded individual, because regardless what your job is, you will experience other avenues to where you're in one field, but there's so many different branches within that field.
Definitely the discipline from day one, when you had to learn to work with other people, and then the camaraderie that you became with those other people. You were not just one person when you went into the service, and you do the same thing as you do here on the outside. You're not an individual, it's a full team that happens when you work at any location.
Veterans Day to me means I have a veteran family, like Thanksgiving Day does to your own family. Veterans Day means I have a family of veterans.
To me, it's a day just to honor the people that have made sacrifices of their time, sacrificing time with family, with friends.
Veterans Day means to me, and my anniversary, in honor of all of the veterans who have sacrificed in so many ways to give our country and the world, for that matter, everything that we have.
Each year does give me an opportunity to think about it, to reflect, to remember my buddies, that I was with over there, and the folks I knew who I grew up with, who did not come back from over there. And so it's a very kind of emotional kind of day.
How does it make you feel?
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, and to know that people understand the sacrifice that your family provided. That's the one thing I learned. Being married in the Marine Corps is that your family sacrifices more than you do. So for people to stop and say thank you for that, it's a good thing.
Veterans Day means I get to honor those who came before me, because it's not just about me. Yes, I'm a veteran, but without those who made the sacrifice, who made sure they sacrificed their time away from their family, their time away from their loved ones, to make sure us here, we have that opportunity, especially for someone like myself who came from a different country. That would not be impossible if those veterans, if I meet one of them, I always make sure I let them know, because it's not just thank you for your service, it means so much more than that. It goes beyond.
I think the people currently serving in our military, I think it's a reflection day for myself sometimes. I miss that part of my life. The camaraderie, the being a team, and just, that motivation every day from everybody,
For a period, I worked with TSA, and short period. And one of my friends at TSA told me he worked at the time wasn't Bally's, he worked for security. And I said, well, that sounds pretty interesting. Tell me about it. And he told me about it, and I applied, and 2 weeks later I was there. It's a bunch of group guys. Everyone has the same goal, everyone has the same type of background. we're all coming from similar places. You know, there's a lot of vets. There are a lot of former police officers. There are a lot of former people with public service.
It's a team. Everybody is working on the same goal, and that's, you know, hopefully to become profitable, or be profitable, and, you know, and just do the best you can with what you have. So, you know, you have to be creative a little bit. So it works for me just because I like that every day, one-on-one, new task, you know, and I get to pull from all my experience in different properties that I've worked at, and I get to use them all here.
When I got out, it was, you know, middle 80s, and all the jobs that, you know, all my friends were looking for at J.I. Case, John Deere, Caterpillar. It was a tough economic time, so there weren't many options to get into those factories. And then we had a casino open up. So all the electrical background and repairing things from the Army translated into fixing slot machines. So who would have thought that missile technology and slot machines were the same thing?
When I look at different companies, I always look at what they stand for and where they're trying to get. Bally's as a whole, when they talk about family, when it's the vision, the purpose and values, it's something that in the military, the core values, we live by that. And everything I've seen so far that Bally is doing is ensuring all the employees are being able to experience not just themselves individually, but as a family. Everything we put out, I can experience that from the training environment. Everything we put out, we think about those individuals in the casino. How will that affect them? And the whole company is thinking like that. And that I definitely would want someone to join the company, because 5 years from now, everything that we're doing, we can look back and say, you know, I was a part of that. And it's the greatest feeling in the world. And I would definitely recommend anyone to join the company and experience that with me, because it's all about the experience.
If you could share a message with current active duty, what would it be?
That's a good question. Understand that what you're doing right now is giving you all the tools you need to succeed in the rest of your life. And be grateful for the friends around you, especially the ones that are serving on active duty right now in the Marine Corps. Appreciate who you have to the left and the right of you, because they might not be there the next day. So look after each other and carry on what you learned through the rest of your life.